What's good, YouTube? It's your man Spill Dog. I was looking at some Dante Boxing put up in I also looked at uh a video that Sean Porter made where him and Terrence he said they spoke, and Terrence told him, the time wasn't right, and then he said Keith Thurman want too much money. But I mean, in any negotiating, that's like if you buying a pair of pants, to if you buying a car. Uh, if you the one trying, if I'm the seller, which is key for selling himself, you're gonna always start off high. Why would I ask for a little bit of money? Yeah, he asked for 10 million, but now it's time to tell him what you ain't, you're not negotiating. He didn't negotiate at all, which lets me know he don't really want to fight him. And you know, a while back he was saying that the PBC guys didn't want to fight. Well, Sean Porter, who he said he didn't want to fight because he was his friend, well, Sean don't feel that way. Sean said he willing to fight. Keith Thurman said send a contract. He willing to fight. And so, from what I'm hearing, he's trying to make a fight with Kell Brook. You know, it's a good fight if Kell Brook is not just fighting for a paycheck. The last time I saw Kell Brook out there, he didn't look good at all. Really, since Triple G and Spence, they took a lot of starch out of him. And so then I was trying to say, well, why the fuck Roy Jones them hollering about Terrence Crawford resume? Woo. So I go back and look at Terrence Crawford resume, and he beat Delorme, he beat Victor Postol, he beat Felix Diaz, he beat Hank Lundy, he beat Yuriorkis Camboa. This was from 135 to 140. He beat Ricky Burns overseas. You know, he got an impressive list of B level fighters. There's not one A level fighter on that list until I guess when he get up top to when he fought Amir Khan. Now I respect that fight in the welterweight division, and let's see. Ricky Burns was a good fight at the time, but Delorme, Hank Lundy, Victor Postol, that was a decent fight. It was a good fight, but Hank Lundy, Delorme, Beltran, dudes like that, shit, come on, Roy. Felix Diaz, he was a great amateur, but it's a lot of dudes that's great amateurs, and they don't have that same professional career. That is not unusual. I've seen it happen with several fighters, and I'm sure they have too. So the point I'm saying is, how you gonna call a guy pound for pound that ain't been in the ring with not one A class fighter? And he definitely ain't been in there with no real good welterweights, not top level. Now you gonna compare that to Spence? We gonna say he Chris Algieri, Bundu, Lamont Peterson, uh, Kell Brook. He went overseas, took the belt from Kell Brook. Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter. Are you trying to tell me that uh, Mikey Garcia, that's the smallest guy Spence fought? Mikey Garcia can beat every single person that's been on Terrence Crawford. Tell me one person that's on his record that Mikey Garcia couldn't beat. And Mikey Garcia couldn't win a round against Spence, and he will not only beat, probably knock out every single guy on that list of people that I called out that Terrence Crawford beat. This is why they call him pound for pound. And if they honest, they said could not one of them even beat Mikey Garcia, and that was like a sparring match for Spence. So it's not credible when they holler, talk about Bud want 50-50 and all this bullshit, man. Terrence Crawford don't really, and I gotta give it to him. If he can pull this off, he a bad boy. If he can fool the public and get an Errol Spence fights for big money, he probably gonna call it quits at that point. But that's why he resigned with top rank. It ain't no secret to me now. he know if he come over to PBC, it's possible that he better than all them guys, but it's also possible that he could lose to. I think it's possible that he could lose to Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, or Errol Spence. Either one of them got the capability to beat him. I'm quite sure Errol Spence will knock him out. You know, it's several guys over there at PBC that give him all he want. A damn good run for his money. I'm not saying he can't beat him. I'm saying he don't want to take that chance. He don't want to take. He know he can still do a top rank. Bob Arum do a good job at hyping up bullshit fighters that don't know, ain't nobody heard of but them. And that's what that's what the staking his claim. Since he was in the welterweight division, he fought Jeff Horn, garbage. He fought Jeff Horn. He fought Benavidez, who had one leg. He been shot, and if you go watch the fight, the man had no lateral movement. He was basically fighting on one leg. Then he got Amir Khan and Kovalauskas. I ain't impressed at all. I mean, that shit don't get merit, pound for pound. It definitely don't merit, 50-50 fight with Errol Spence Jr. You know, so I mean, I just figure I hope people are paying attention to the fugazi that they throwing. I'm not saying he can't fight. I'm just saying he ain't fighting nobody. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.